Assalamu alaikum. Hello, dear students, to another important lesson about another important technique we use in our academic writing as well as academic research. After seeing the technique of counting and its rules, right, today we will try to explore paraphrasing. Right, what paraphrasing means and how it should be carried out and how it should be also cited. Right, good. What do I mean by paraphrasing? To paraphrase. Paraphrase, it means when you restate, right, or report, you can say, somebody else's ideas, right, in your own words, in your own style, in your own language, right. But here you should keep both the main points as well as almost all the details in the original text. Clear? So, when we paraphrase, I'm going to re-express, you can say, re-express direct quotation, all right, from a source, in our own words, in our own style and language, and at the same time we keep all the ideas and all the content of this text, right? Both, is in both main points as well as almost all details. That's why in paraphrasing we find that the paraphrased text is usually, all right, as long as the original text, and sometimes it's even longer. Clear? Because here we keep the same content, but just by using different words of our own. It's unlike here summarizing. Summarizing, what we do? Summarizing, we focus on the main ideas of the text to make our writing shorter. But in paraphrasing, no. We are not concerned with reduction of the length. We are concerned just with rewriting this passage or this quote in details as it is, with all its contents in our own style. Right? Clear? Or we can say rewording it simply. Go. Now, why do we use paraphrasing? The same reason and aim. Number one, to avoid the overuse of quotation. Sometimes when you keep quoting from sources directly, you'll find that your work has become full of successive quotes. So you need to a little bit show your own touch and use your own language. Here you may resort to benefit from that source and at the same time using your own language by using paraphrasing. It's better to avoid the overuse of quotations. Clear? And that helps. Also, paraphrasing is also one of the best techniques to support your own views and your own opinions, your own attitude in your research or academic paper of writing. Clear? It's kind of backup, because as we said before, here we are expressing our ideas or our opinions about something, but always we need to get help, right, and reinforce our stance by others. Clear? Knowledge, others' sayings, others' findings, and so on. Clear? Good. So here also, it's very important when we paraphrase to notice that we are, in a way or another, considering what others consider. We will try to utilize or take advantage of what others grasped or understood or found, but in our own language and style. Clear? Benefit from others' experience. Right. Good. Now, this strategy, of course, is very important and widely used in academic writing and academic research. How can we achieve paraphrasing? or conduct it? Usually by changing the sentence structure. We should change sentence structure of the original text. Right. And turn it into our new structure. For example, from I don't know, the use of noun to the use of verb, or vice versa. Word order also, we change it. Clear? Also, we change the voice sometimes, pass it to active. Also, to the use of synonyms. Clear? So all these can be used, right, to achieve a good and successful paraphrase. Clear? Which is identical in content with the original text, but different in terms of wording. In terms of wording. Right. Go. So here, as we see, we should be very careful about our integrity and scientific honesty when we paraphrase. Clear. And we are here also required to cite what we paraphrase in our research, the same one we count. Clear? One we count. Now, let's take an example about how to paraphrase, write a text in our own language and style. Clear? So, we said, first we need to cite it as in quoting. Right, because if we don't cite our quotation or our paraphrase text, right, it's going to be plagiarism, a kind of intellectual theft. It's a crime in research. Stealing, theft. Right. Also, the use of two similar words and text to the original one is also considered as a kind of plagiarism. It means when you paraphrase, your own text should be clearly different in terms of words and structure from the original text. Don't copy the same words and change only some prepositions and you say it is paraphrasing. No. This also is plagiarism. So, any paraphrase without citation is plagiarism. Any paraphrasing which is too similar to the main text, also it is paraphrasing. It is plagiarism. Right. Okay. Let's see here an example of our paraphrasing technique. As you see with me here, the text is about language, right? Communication between people. So, when you read the first and the original text, the first one is the original one. And carefully, of course, here you need to consider what is main idea and what is a detail. Now, second text here is the paraphrase of the first text. If you can notice here that, as you see, it's almost the same length. We said before that the paraphrased text is almost equal in length to the original text, or even a little bit less, or even it can be even longer. Right, depends on the words you are using in your paraphrase. Good. So here, as you see, in the first sentence, we have the use of language is a means of communication. It's a noun. In the paraphrase, it is communicate as a verb. We have a change in sentence structure here. Clear. Second sentence, being a barrier. So in the paraphrase, it is difficult time. In the next idea also, we have dreamt. Paraphrase, it is have wished. Clear. The next one I have are simple and obvious. Other one are straightforward and clear. Right. Then I have here ties in the main text, and in the paraphrase it is what? Build bonds. Use of synonyms here. Right. Finally, we have goodwill. Might increase. Alright, goodwill. At the end we have better feelings. So you see here we change of sentence structure, the use of synonyms, phrasing. Alright, many ideas in a different way. All these participate in writing and creating a correct and good paraphrase or paraphrased text. Right. Just bear in mind that in paraphrasing we keep almost all the content, all the IDs, whether are main IDs or only details. These should be all mentioned in our paraphrased text. Clear? Go. Now here we have a second example of bad paraphrasing, which is another aspect of plagiarism. As you see here, we have the same original text, but below it we find a kind of paraphrase which is too similar, right, to this original text. It's very similar in terms of words, in terms of sentence structure, and so on. That's why this second paraphrase is a kind of plagiarism, as it is very identical, if you can say, or almost a copy, if you can say, right, with only slight differences, right, from the original text. That's why we have to be careful about when we paraphrase to use our own words, our own style, our own sentence structure, and not just to change some elements and claim that it's a paraphrase. Writing. Go. Now, how to write a good paraphrase? Here we have three main instructions. Number one, use your own words and your own sentence structure. Clear? Change sentence process of the text from noun to verb, verb to noun. Clear? I don't know, clause to phrase, phrase to clause, and so on and so forth. Number two, make your paraphrase approximately the same length as the original. Why here? Because we are not here summarizing, we are paraphrasing. When you paraphrase, you have to report all the content with all its main points as well as its details. That's why it should be as long at least as the main text. Alright. Or even a little bit less, but not too far from it in terms of length. Clear? And why not longer? If the style requires using some nice expressions of yours. Clear? Thirdly, don't change the meaning of the original text. Just reword. Keep the same ideas. You are just paraphrasing, rewriting, rewording, reporting someone else's ideas, but in your own styles, not in your own ideas. Clear? Be careful. Now the steps we should follow to achieve a good paraphrase. Of course, we have to follow certain methodology based on gradation, but depends on a set of order and hierarchical, you can say, steps. Number one, we should first read the original text or passage carefully many times. Why? Until we understand it fully and completely, all of it, its main ideas as well as its details, and how details are related to the main ideas. Number two, decide the main ideas, the main points, and distinguish them from the details. These are main, these are details. Clear? Number three, write down the main words or sentence parts, clear, that represent the core of the text, clear, and provide them with also the details, always in your own style, own language. Right. Now, write a paraphrase depending on them without looking at the original passage or text. It means after, if you can say, classifying your text ideas into main points and details, right, you start reconstructing your own text depending on these main ideas and details, right, without looking at the original text. Because if you look at it, you may use some with same words. Now depend on yourself, be autonomous to find your own words to express the same ideas. Clear? Right, find the ideas and express them in your own way. Right, number 5, when you finish, check your paraphrase against the original to make sure that it is not too close to it. It means you haven't used the same words, and also that you haven't changed the meaning. Change the meaning. Keep the ideas, keep the main or details, but change the words. Use express the same ideas. Clear? And also, you shouldn't leave out any details. You should try to cover all the passage with all its contents. Right? Clear? Finally, add your in-text citation, of course, at the end of your paraphrase. Because without citation, as I said before, it's a kind of plagiarism. Right? Go. Now, I have here also some remarks about paraphrasing. Number one, we said that we should avoid the overuse of quotation marks. The same thing here. We should avoid the overuse of paraphrased texts. Because both quoting and paraphrasing are techniques to help you just back up, support an idea or, for example, hypothesis in your research. You are developing. You develop, you argue, you prove to what you want to say, explain, and you back up it with a paraphrase from time to time. That's why it's not wise to find in all pages and every page a lot of paraphrase text. Clear? The same thing. Your touch in your research should be felt. Right? And these are only kind of evidence you use to back up your ideas or your views with. That's all. Number two, the paraphrase must be almost as equal or as long as the original text. Not shorter. Be careful, it's not shorter. Little bit less, okay. But very short, it's wrong. It's going to be summarizing. And it can be longer too. It can be paraphrased, can be longer than the original text. Clear? Right. We said it should cover all details and all descriptions in the main text. All right, just for the rewarding of the main text, we should keep technical words and the terms. These, of course, can't be changed. That's why we keep them as they are in our example, of terms of mathematics, terms of economy, terms of psychoanalysis. Clear, we keep them as they are, and we express the rest in our own words. Clear? Right. Good. Now, how to cite a paraphrase in academic writing? For the MLA, paraphrase is like quoting. It means at the end of my paraphrase, I will put between parentheses the author's family name and the page number and close and full stop. Clear? Now, for APA, we have difference between quoting and paraphrasing. In the APA, it's direct quote. At the end of the quotation, we put between parentheses family name of the author, comma, year, publication, comma, and page number. Then we close, then full stop. But in paraphrasing, we use only family name and the year. Family name and the year, right, usually, clear. After my paraphrased text. Clear, text. Right. Good. That's all for this technique of paraphrasing, right? I hope you have understood and grasped everything in it. And for also the indirect citation, just to remind you of it. From source, you find the quotation, you want to use it as if it's your own. Here also you need to cite it by using the same thing. Alright, in MLA it's always quoted in, right, then the family name of the author and the page, and in API, right here, of course, you write as cited in, right, as cited in, then name, then year of the author, then year, publication, then page number. Clear, to be honest, and to keep the integrity of your research and your scientific spirit in your work. Thanks so much, and see you inshallah in another third part about summarizing, the third technique we use in academic writing and research. Take care. Here, as you see, some other examples of paraphrasing, which is a good model to follow, right? And real samples of good paraphrased text.